Chapter number 4, Structure of the Atom. You have learned that atoms and molecules are the fundamental building blocks of matter. The existence of different kinds of matter is due to its different constituting atoms. Now the questions arise why the atom of one element differ from the atom of another element, and are atoms really individual? Individual as proposed by Dalton, or are there further smaller constituents inside the atom? A main challenge before the scientists at the end of the 19th century was to reveal the structure of the atom and to explain its major properties. The elucidation of the structure of atoms is based on a series of experiments. First indication that atoms are not individual comes from studying static electricity and condition under which different substances conduct electricity. Charged particles in matter. To understand the nature of charged particles in matter, let us carry out the following activities. Activity 1. Comb dry hair. Does the comb then attract small pieces of paper? Rub a glass rod with a silk cloth and bring the rod near an inflated balloon. What happens? From these activities, we conclude that on rubbing two objects together, they become electricity charged. Where does this charge come from? Answer to this question is that an atom is divisible and consists of charged particles. Many scientists contributed in revealing the presence of charged particles in an atom. By 1900, it was known that the atom was individual particle. It contains at least one subatomic particle. The electron identified by J.J. Thomson in 1886. Before the electron was identified, Goldstein discovered the presence of new radiations in a glass discharge and called them canal rays. These were positively charged radiations which led to the discovery of another subatomic particle. This subatomic particle had a opposite charge equal in magnitude to that of the electron. Its mass was approximately 2000 times as that of the electron. It was called proton. An electron is represented as E minus and a proton as P plus. The mass of a proton is taken as 1 unit and its charge as plus 1, and the mass of an electron is considered to be negligible and its charge is minus 1. It means that an atom was composed of protons and electrons mutually balancing their charges. It also seemed that the protons were in the interior of the atom and electrons could easily be removed off, but not protons. Now the major question was what sort of structure did these particles of the atom form? The structure of an atom. Dalton's atomic theory suggested that the atom was individual and indestructible, but the discovery of two fundamental constituent particles, electrons and protons, inside the atom led to the failure of this aspect of Dalton's atomic theory. It was then to know how electrons and protons are arranged within an atom. To explain this, many scientists proposed different atomic models. At first, J.J. Thomson proposed a model for the structure of an atom. Thomson model of an atom. Thomson proposed the model of an atom that was a sphere of positive, that was similar to a Christmas pudding. The electrons in a sphere of positive charge were like carrots and dry fruits arranged in a spherical Christmas pudding. We can also think of a watermelon. The positive charge in the atom is spread all over like the red table part of the watermelon, whereas the electrons are studied in the positively charged sphere like the seeds in the watermelon. Thomson proposed that an atom consists of a positively charged sphere and electrons are embedded in it. The negative and positive charges are equal in magnitude, therefore the atom as a whole is electrically natural. Thomson model explained that atoms are electrically natural, but the results of experiments carried out by other scientists could not be explained by this model, Rutherford's model of an atom. Ernest Rutherford was curious to know how the electrons are arranged within an atom. Rutherford performed an experiment for which he made fast moving alpha particles to fall on a thin gold foil. He selected a gold foil because he wanted a thinnest possible layer. This gold foil was about 1000 atoms thick. Alpha particles are doubly charged helium ions. The first moving alpha particles have a considerable amount of energy since they have a mass of 4u. It was thought that alpha particles would be deflected by the subatomic particles in the gold atoms, but because the alpha particles were much heavier than the protons, he did not expect to see large deflections. But this experiment gave totally unexpected results. The following observations were made. Most of the alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil. Some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil by a small angles. 1 out of every 12,000 particles appeared to rebound surprisingly. In the words of Rutherford, this result was almost as unbelievable as if you fire a 15-inch shell at a piece of tissue paper and it comes back and it hits you. E. Rutherford, 1871 to 1973. He was born at Spring Grove on 30 August 1871. He was known as father of nuclear physics. He got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1908 for his work on radioactive and the discovery of the nucleus of an atom with the gold foil experiment. Let us perform an activity to understand the implication of this experiment. Let a child stand in front of a wall with his eyes closed. Now ask him to throw stones at the wall from a distance. You will hear a sound when each stone strikes the wall. You will hear the sound every time if you repeat the same activity. But if a blindfolded child were to throw stones at a barbed wire fence, mostly stones would not hit the fencing and no sound would be heard because there are lots of gaps in the fence which allow the stone to pass through them. Rutherford concluded similar reasoning from the alpha particle scattering experiment. Most of the space inside the atom is empty since most of the alpha particles passed through the gold foil without getting deflected. Very few particles were deflected from their path, which indicated that the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space. Very few alpha particles were deflected by 180 degrees, indicating that all the positive charge and mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. He also calculated from the data that the radius of the nucleus is about 10 to the power 5 times less than the radius of the atom. Rutherford put forward the nuclear model of an atom on the basis of his experiment, which had the following feature. There is a positively charged center in an atom called the nucleus. Nearly all the mass of an atom is concentrated in the nucleus. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in well-defined orbits. The size of a nucleus is very small as compared to the size of an atom. Drawbacks of Rutherford's model of the atom. Electrons' orbital revolution is not expected to be stable in a circular orbit. Any particle would undergo acceleration during acceleration. Charged particles would radiate energy, therefore the revolving electrons would lose energy and finally fall into the nucleus. If this were so, the atom should be highly unstable and hence matter would not exist in the form that we know, whereas we know that atoms are quite stable. To overcome the objections raised against Rutherford model of an atom, Niels Bohr postulated the following about the model of an atom. Only certain special orbits, known as discrete orbits of electrons, are allowed inside the atom. While revolving in discrete orbits, the electrons do not radiate energy. These orbits or cells are called energy levels. These orbits or cells are denoted by the letters K, L, M, N, or the numbers n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Neutrons J. Chadwick in 1932 discovered another subatomic particle which had no charge, and a mass nearly equal to that of a proton. It was eventually named as a neutron. There are present in the nucleus of all atoms except hydrogen. A neutron is represented as n, the mass of an atom. H therefore given by the sum of the masses of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus. How are electrons distributed in different orbits? Cells, Bohr and Bury suggested the distribution of electrons into the different orbits of an atom. For writing the number of electrons in different energy levels or cells, the following rules are followed. Valency. The electrons in an atom are arranged in different cells orbits in a stepwise manner. The electrons present in the outermost orbit of an atom are known as the valence electrons. We also know that the outermost cell of an atom can accommodate maximum 8 electrons. It was observed that the atoms of elements having a completely filled with 8 electrons in outermost cell show a little chemical activity. In other words, their combing capacity or valency is 0. These are called inert elements. The helium atom has 2 electrons in its outermost cell, and all other elements have atoms with 8 electrons in the outermost cell. The combining capacity or tendency of the atoms of elements to react and form molecules with atoms of the same or different elements was thus explained as an attempt to attain a completely filled outermost cell. And outermost cell which had 8 electrons was said to possess an octet. Atoms would thus react to achieve an octet in the outermost cell. This was achieved by sharing, gaining or losing electrons. The number of electrons gained, lost or shared to possess octet gives as directly the combining capacity or valency of the element. For example, hydrogen sodium atoms contain 1 electron each in their outermost cell, so each can lose 1 electron, so they are said to have a valency of 1. In the same way, a valency of magnesium and aluminum is 2 and 3 respectively, because magnesium has 2 and aluminum has 3 electrons in its outermost cell. If the number of electrons in the outermost cell of an atom is close to its full capacity, then its valency is determined in a different way. For example, fluorine atom has 7 electrons in its outermost cell, and its valency could be 7, but it is easier for fluorine gain 1 electron instead of losing 7 electrons. Thus, its valency is determined by subtracting even 7 electrons from the octet, and we get a valency of 1 for fluorine. Valency can be calculated in the same way for oxygen. Therefore, an atom of each element has a definite combining capacity called its valency. Atomic number and mass number. Atomic number, you know that protons are present in the nucleus of an atom. Number of protons of an atom determines its atomic number. It is denoted by Z. All atoms of an element have the same atomic number Z. In fact, elements are defined by the number of protons they possess. For hydrogen, Z is equal to 1 because hydrogen atom contains 1 proton in the nucleus. Similarly, for carbon, Z is equal to 6. Therefore, we can say that the atomic number is defined as the total number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. Mass number. After observing the properties of the subatomic particles of an atom, we can conclude that mass of an atom is due to protons and neutrons alone present in the nucleus of an atom. Therefore, protons and neutrons the nucleus of an atom. Therefore, protons and neutrons are also called nucleus. Hence, the mass of an atom concentrates in its nucleus. For example, mass of oxygen is 16 unit because it has 8 protons and 8 neutrons. 8u plus 8u is equal to 16u. In the same way, the mass of aluminum is 27u, 13 protons plus 14 neutrons. The mass number is defined as the sum of the total number of protons and neutrons possessed by nucleus of an atom. It is denoted by A in the notation for an atom. The atomic number, mass number, and symbol of the element are written as atomic number. For example, nitrogen is written as isotopes. A number of atoms of some elements have been identified in nature which have the same atomic number but different mass numbers. For example, hydrogen atom has 3 atomic species, namely protium, deuterium, tritium. Each has the same atomic number but different mass numbers respectively, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Other such examples are carbon and chlorine. On the basis of these examples, isotopes can be defined as the atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass numbers. Thus, we can say that there are 3 isotopes of hydrogen, namely protium, deuterium and tritium. Each isotope of an element is a pure substance. Chemical properties of isotopes are similar but their physical properties are different. Many elements consist of a mixture of isotopes. In nature, chlorine occurs in 2 isotopic forms with masses 35U and 37U in the ratio of 3:1. Obviously, the question arises: what should we take the mass of chlorine atom? Thus average atomic mass of a chlorine atom will be. If an element has no isotopes, then the mass of its atom would be the same as the sum of protons and neutrons in it. The mass of an atom of any natural element is taken as the average mass of all the naturally occurring atoms of that element. If an element occurs in isotopic forms, then we have to know the percentage of each isotopic form and then the average mass is calculated. This does not mean that one atom of chlorine has a mass of 35.5 U. It means that if you take a certain amount of chlorine, it will contain both isotopes of chlorine and therefore the average mass that should be taken is 35.5 U. Applications. Since the chemical properties of all the isotopes of an element are the same, normally we do not think about taking a mixture, but some isotopes have a special properties which find them is useful in a number of fields. Some of them are: an isotope of iodine is used in the treatment of goitre. An isotope of uranium is used as a fuel in nuclear reactors. An isotope of cobalt is used in the treatment of cancer. Isobars, let us consider 2 elements, calcium which whose atomic number is 20, and argon whose atomic number is 18. The number of protons in these atoms is different, but the mass of the both elements is 40. That is, the total number of nucleus is the same in the atoms of above both elements. Atoms of different elements with different atomic number and same mass number as are known as isobars.